is good? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking about the agendas that you guys can grind out to help you get some really solid equal chance options in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. So, whether you are no money spent, whether you do have the best squad in the game, I kind of do recommend these, and again, I will explain why. This goes for basically every person watching this that might want T-Mac or even some of these rubies and sapphires, but doesn't want to pay for them directly. Because for me specifically, I want Tracy McGrady, but I don't want to have to spend the $297,000 VC that Tracy McGrady is. So what is the best way for me to approach this? What is the best way for me to go about things? And it has everything to do with the agendas. Now let's talk about it for me on this account, and then I'll talk about it for me on my no money spent account. Now for this account, I want to lock in Tracy McGrady, okay? And I know I'm going to complete all of these, which again, we don't know exactly what the rest of these challenges do look like, but they don't look like they're too bad. The last one could be a little bit longer. We'll have to exactly see what that looks like, and I'm guessing that top challenge is going to be winning with all, with a full squad of the Mirage players. But in general, guys, I don't think this is going to take you too long to do, and you get a free gold, emerald, sapphire, and ruby from the Mirage set. Now, for me specifically, here's how I look at things, okay? If I want to buy this with MT, which I do, okay, I'm gonna get a gold player. That's 3,500 MT. I'm gonna get an emerald player. That's 7,000 MT. I'm gonna get a sapphire player. That's 16,000 MT. And then I'm gonna get a ruby player, and that's 70,000 MT. Okay, so I'm gonna be basically saving myself 97,000 MT by just completing these challenges compared to just buying them directly off the auction house. Because again, if I add up all of these things, okay, it is expensive to complete this set. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat things, guys. To get every single one of these cards, you're looking at like 570,000 MT. So if I can save 100,000 MT by getting a couple of pieces from the puzzle, that's exactly what I'm aiming to do. And again, I mean, is it worth it to get T-Mac? That's totally up to you and what you're wanting, but you do get a few things along the way. Plus, you're gonna get a little bit of MT from grinding those things out. Now, should you combine them with any of these things for Big Ben Wallace? Well, if you can, right? So if any of these agendas, let's say you have to, if there's anything you can combine, again, I doubt there will be. It is something I would try to do, but again, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But again, I've already just went into one of these games and I got that done. Now I need 2 rebounds and score 4-second chance points with a gold player. Probably gonna do it with Wembanyama in triple threat offline. Gonna be a very easy challenge to do and get done. And just like that, I'll have a free equal chance gold player. Now, here's the deal. Even if you don't want to lock in the set for T-Mac, like even if you're no money spent, here's why this is important and here's why this is valuable. Any of these rubies can play on your no money spent squad. You look at the sapphires, J-Rich, Bargnani, they can play on your no money spent squad. Even James Posey, Nick Van Exel, they can be pretty valuable. Now the golds, I can't really make a case for, but who even knows? Again, I don't know at the time I'm recording this what the rewards are gonna be like as we go up. Obviously, for all of these, I mean, they're pretty bad, like a shoe award pack, a shoe boost award pack. Those are pretty bad, but maybe the rewards for each and every one of the challenges continue to get better and better, and when you do get to the ruby tier, that's when they'll be at the best. Now again, you could even try to combine them with the win the weekend stuff. So like, let's say you have to go into a clutch time game, right? Maybe you can do it, get something done as well, like 4 assists with a gold player in triple threat offline. Guess what? When I go into triple threat offline to do this, after I get the 2 rebounds and 4-second chance points with Wembanyama, then I can get the 4 assists with a gold player in a triple threat offline game. So that's something I would try to focus on a little bit, guys. And even some of these are decent, like a 2K Deluxe pack for making 1 4-pointer with a Mirage player. That is a really easy challenge to get done. And so like, I would just pick and choose which one of these you do. But if you do get them all, you get another Mirage Deluxe pack. And again, you can check the pack odds. They're not that bad. I'm not going to sit up here and say they're good, but they're not that bad. This is what you're basically looking at for that pack. You got an 11% chance to pull an Amethyst. And again, if you want that Tracy McGrady, definitely something I'm willing to do. So for me specifically, kind of how am I approaching on this account in which I do want Tracy McGrady? Well, basically, I'm going to grind out all of these agendas, which again, it is going to take a while, especially for the unlimited rings, stuff like that. I don't want to lock it in before that, but I ultimately might have to. But in general, guys, it's going to take you a little bit of time to get all of these done, but I do think it's worth your time, whether you are no money spent, whether you are, kind of a big baller. For me specifically, though, I mean, is my no money spent going to get all these things done? Probably not. I mean, it's really just that simple and that easy. Now, let's briefly talk about the legendary path. I don't necessarily love any of these cards. I like Sasha Vujacic more than anybody else. But my whole thing is, do you have to use, here's my question. Do you have to use the legendary path cards in the Wallace set, or can you use any of the legendary path cards? Because if you can use any of the legendary path cards, it's easy. Go into a clutch time offline game with, Mike Miller, whoever else that you do have from it, Bryant Reeves, and you can easily get that done. And again, Sasha Vujacic is really solid in general. So that's the one question mark I do have with it, but he is the one guy out of the legendary path that I personally would recommend. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I want Tracy McGrady. He is super expensive though, so it's just all about how do I get him without spending the VC, because I really don't want to spend the VC on him, but it just makes things really, really tough to do in general if I'm not wanting or willing to spend that VC. So honestly, I think maybe the meta is to open, and you guys can disagree, but the math's not mathing, right? Because if I open packs, right, I feel like my odds are better than just buying the Amethyst outright. But again, if you get duplicates, then things get a little bit dicey. So it's just kind of a little tough situation. Obviously, your best, honestly, the cheapest way to do it is just to buy them all. That's where you get your biggest discount, and it is a pretty big discount. But I just hate loading up VC for that reason. I just absolutely despise it. So I'm going to try to continue to not spend money on this game as long as I can. But again, with the prices of some of these cards, it is going to be tougher and tougher to do. The only thing somewhat saving me, again, it's still going to be a really long and hard grind. And the only thing somewhat saving me are these challenges. Outside of these challenges, man, it would probably look pretty tough to me, man. I would be in a really tough spot. So only thing saving me, just a little bit. Let me know your thoughts on these new agendas down below in the comments. Again, you get a free Sapphire, Ruby, whatever, but you just got to work your way up through it. The emeralds at least are really, or the golds are really easy. Hopefully these are easy as well as we do go through things. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. And have a blessed day.